Hello everybody, it is Nicole from iiKiui and welcome to another watercolor speed paint video. Today we are going to be coloring this drawing that I drew or sketched out and transferred onto watercolor paper, and I'm mainly focusing on gradients and coloring these flowers. But before I get into the drawing, I just want to say that this video is kindly sponsored by Skillshare. If you guys don't know what Skillshare is, it is an online learning community with thousands of classes in different subjects such as design, business, technology, and so much more. I usually dive into the art and illustration section just because that's more where my interest lies. Premium membership gives you unlimited access to classes from experts working in their fields. When you learn from these people, I think that it will just improve your skills and overall it will just be really good to keep learning. The annual subscription for Skillshare is less than $10 a month. There is a link down below for a free 2-month trial for the first 500 people, so if you guys are interested, make sure to click that link to get that offer. So for this drawing, I did use a video to learn about watercolor flowers, and the video I used was by the artist Dan Lee, and it is called Watercolor Painting Create Watercolor Flowers, which is basically what I'm trying to do. There will be a link to that video as well if you guys are interested in that particular video. Most of the time I do learn from visually seeing something, so seeing her paint and the techniques that she uses to create these watercolor flowers really helped me. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk more about this drawing. Like I said, this drawing, it was mainly to focus on the flowers since I do struggle with them, and recently I have been using a lot more reference, and if you guys are drawing something that's challenging and you don't know what it looks like from memory, or you think you do, using a reference will help tremendously, because not only will you notice these details that you never really noticed before, but also because it just makes it look more real. Even if it is a cartoony style, having a reference for, say, a certain type of leaf will just look a lot better than doing the generic leaf that you don't know what species it is. That being said, the roses were still quite challenging for me just because I still don't know how to draw them correctly. I still need to practice, and it's not something that I expect to become an expert at overnight. I do know that I struggle with flowers, so I definitely want to practice more. For this image, I used a couple of different paints. So I used my Sakura watercolor palette, which I haven't used in quite some time, and I was glad to take it out again and use it. But I also used my ColorIt brush pens just because those were definitely more saturated and I had more control when I applied it to the image. And combined with the other watercolors, it just made some really nice gradients, and I could also put some details in that I couldn't do with just the watercolor itself. Although I probably could have, but I decided not to. The one challenging thing that I did find was that I didn't choose a color scheme, so the bouquet especially did not turn out the way I wanted it to. I'm not particularly disappointed with it, but I know it could have been better if I planned ahead. And this is why I keep reiterating before that I should start doing color swatches or color schemes beforehand and just plan it out. And this is something that I need to work on. But with that being said, I still like how it turned out. I think that it was challenging to make it flow, but I think it worked, and I really like how it looks. And lastly, for the outline, I decided to use this one pack of Artline that they have, and it's just the evens, so it's a 2-4-6-8 pen thickness, so I didn't have a 0.05 or a 1, which is what I usually use, and I chose this pack just because, well, one, I didn't want to get the other pack because I'm lazy, but 2 because I always use really thin pens, but whenever I scan them or anything, the details are really hard to see because they're in such a thin pen. So I use the thicker pen for the details. And then I went around the edge of it in the 0.8 to give it almost like that coloring book effect where they have thick lines on only the exterior lines. And I like how it turned out. I think that it helps it pop a lot more. And I might do it for more videos, we'll see. But that was fun to do and experiment with, and overall I really enjoyed how it turned out. Anyways, that about wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, elementals are coming soon, stay tuned for those. If you guys are interested in the free 2-month trial from Skillshare, make sure to click that link down below because it is only for the first 500 people. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Keep drawing, keep painting, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!